Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso with your 2 p.m. update. We're doing this a little later, 2:38. This might be slightly shorter than what we typically do because we're kind of butting up on the 3 o'clock show. We got to prepare for that as well. But we got in and we're preparing for parades this evening. It's a very important forecast, and I'll go ahead and say it right now. Forecast models have trended drier for this evening. Definitely cloudy and possibly some sprinkles around, but overall, looks like the forecast models have trended drier. So if you're going out to the parade this evening, looks like you won't be dealing with too much in the way of rain. However, there is the possibility of just a few sprinkles. Let's break it down. We also have to talk about the potential for some thunderstorms Saturday morning. So let's talk about it. We'll start how we always do with the broad picture across the area. And what we're dealing with right now is a stalled boundary kind of sitting just to our west here. And what that's doing is allowing for these thunderstorms and showers that we've been seeing over the past few days to develop. And you can see all that white there in our area. That's kind of rain showers, the cloudiness that we're dealing with right now. And that's been sending waves out to our area. And that's what's been giving us those waves. But right now it looks like we are in a bit of a lull, which is a great thing. And it looks like it's most likely that the conditions will stay drier into this evening. However, on Saturday, it does look like we will have another batch of showers that gets sent out from this trough of low pressure, and that's going to send a wave of thunderstorms through our area. Some of them could be strong. Let's take a look at the severe weather outlook. This one, we're going national picture. This is the one for today, and I just wanted to show this because you can see that there is actually a marginal risk that is for Louisiana and Mississippi. That is valid for Friday, today. That is not in our area. In fact, we look like we stay dry. But then on the national outlook tomorrow, you see the colors in our region. Let's zoom into it. So, on Saturday, we have a level 2 slight risk for severe storms. What does that mean? That means we could see some thunderstorms that produce gusty winds and maybe even a few isolated tornadoes. We're going to have to watch the threats very closely. But right now, the Storm Prediction Center has gone with a level 2 threat. The main timing for this line of thunderstorms coming on Saturday looks to be in the morning and then around midday, and then it gets out of here right around 2 p.m. We'll look at futurecasts in just a few moments. But with this line of storms, we could have a few thunderstorms, and those thunderstorms could be strong. That means possibly producing those gusty winds and the possibility of a few isolated tornadoes. That's what we're watching with this, and we'll keep you updated throughout the day on Saturday. But it does look like this gets out of here by Saturday evening, which is important because we do have parades Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. So now let's keep going here. We're going to look at a few other forecast models. Just to note, no formal severe weather risk on Sunday. In fact, Sunday we go dry. Let's go straight to Futurecast for you. Here's this evening. You can see there are a few specks out there, but no real big issues. So that means most likely that the forecast is dry this afternoon here. You can see all the way through 8:30, 9 o'clock this evening, just clouds around. There's no green that you see. But overnight tonight, watch to our west. You can see that line of thunderstorms that develops. This is 6 a.m. on the HRRRs. So if you're starting something early on Saturday, looks like it's okay, but that line moves in very quickly. By 9 a.m., it's across Mobile, and we have thunderstorms. Some of them could be strong. We'll be watching very closely. We'll be keeping you covered here on Fox 10 News. And then this exits by noon to around 2 o'clock, and that just pushes right through the area, and we go cooler and slightly drier for the afternoon. Remember, we have parades on Saturday that start in the afternoon, and you notice that picture, 3 o'clock there, is mostly drier. I want to take a look at some of the ingredients for the thunderstorms on Saturday. We do have a little bit of instability that will be in place. Those colored areas that you see, that's the instability. And you can see around 11 a.m., you notice how the colors aren't very dark, which would indicate the higher instability values in our scale there, the high being indicated by purple. You see how the color's a little bit lighter. That's on the weaker end of the scale. So there are some question marks about instability, as there typically are with springtime weather events. But It does look like at this point there is enough that might support some thunderstorms, so we're going to keep track of it, of course. This is going to be kind of a wait-and-see thing. It also looks like most of the strong dynamics to support stronger thunderstorms on Saturday morning, Saturday midday, would mostly be inland. But we're going to have to keep an eye on it too, because there is some dynamic support in our area. That is why the Storm Prediction Center has included us in that slight risk. Now let's move on from this, shall we? Once we get past the thunderstorms on Saturday, Sunday we go dry, and really the pattern becomes quite flat. There's not a lot going on after that. We go cooler and much more seasonable. You saw the jet stream, the main dip in the jet stream passes by us, and we go into cooler air. It looks like we might see another little reinforcing shot of cooler air later in the week, but overall, the main story as we get into the rest of the weekend, meaning Sunday and next week, is that we will be really quiet and dry. You can see it here on Futurecast. This is with the GFS. You don't see a lot. You see a northerly wind. That means colder air that's moving in. It's not going to be bitterly cold, more seasonably cold, with high temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees and lows in the 30s. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, it doesn't look like anything happens. We're just kind of mostly sunny, partly sunny, and dry. A very nice forecast over the next few days. Here's the forecast high temperatures over the next few days, and you can see that big drop after the cold front passes on Saturday. Remember, Saturday is that chance we have thunderstorms there, a 72 for our forecast high there. But then after that thunderstorm line passes, our temperature begins to go down. And as our temperature begins to go down, we go into cooler air, a cooler, calmer air mass, 56 degrees for our forecast high on Sunday. Then those gradually tick up Monday, Tuesday. Looking at the forecast lows, it looks like a nice one overall. More seasonable values around 41. Now, you notice Thursday, Friday, the temperatures start to go down again there. That's something that we're watching. We'll see about that maybe second impulse of slightly cooler air, but there's no rain chances in that. In fact, our 7-day outlook, it looks like we remain mostly dry. Here's your 7-day forecast. Now, if you see that there, we have gone with a storm tracker alert day on Saturday. That is because the Storm Prediction Center has us in a level 2 slight risk. But does look like that'll get out of here by 2 p.m., so the parade forecast looking decent. And then on Sunday, we go dry, and look at the rest of that 7-day forecast. It is very nice and very quiet. In fact, looking long range, we don't really introduce rain chances until later. We're talking Sunday, Monday. I can't rule out an isolated shower because some of those forecast models in the long range are showing a few showers. That is at the end of the 10-day forecast when we get into February. But we're just going to keep watching and waiting and see those long-range forecast models sort themselves out. Overall, Sunday looking like a nice day, though, and we start that dry pattern in the 7-day outlook. How much rain do we get with this next little band of rain that comes through on Saturday? Well, as you can see those colors there, that's around an inch. So these blues are around ½ an inch to an inch here, so some areas could see some higher totals. But remember, as you saw on Futurecast earlier, this line kind of pushes through rather efficiently, so I'm not really too concerned about flooding issues at this time. Now let's take a look at the current picture just so we can see what's going on. Clouds around. All the rain has been kept to our south. That means that the forecast for this evening, probably cloudy. Temperatures not cold, not really even cool. I mean, talking mid-60s to lower 60s if you're out in downtown Mobile for the parade. So do with that information what you will, but it isn't looking like a bad forecast there. Forecast lows tonight. Yeah, that's not bad. In the 60s, lower 60s across the area. It looks like a good one. And then tomorrow, those temperatures once again warm up into the 70s. That fuel possibly for some thunderstorms around midday. Here's the summary. Tonight and tomorrow, you can see going down to 60. A few showers, a few sprinkles, I should say, for tonight. And then tomorrow, those thunderstorms right around midday, that high 72 degrees. All right, let's talk parades, shall we? So I have the Saturday forecast pulled up for Bayport Parading Society, Mystic DJ Riders, and then the Pharaohs and the Conde Explorers. This is the Saturday forecast. We're going to start with Saturday, and we're going to go to Friday. Notice I have drizzle. that line of thunderstorms, and stick with me here, that line of thunderstorms that we had that's pushing through will likely be out of here by 2 p.m. So this one, drizzle possible, yes, but otherwise partly cloudy to mostly cloudy. I don't think we have issues for that. The storms will have passed. 6:30, drizzle, maybe even just mostly cloudy. It looks like a nice forecast, but look at the temperatures. That's a big difference. The temperatures will drop for those Saturday parades. What about today, though? Here is the forecast for the Condi Cavaliers. Notice the 20% chance of rain that we have. We're keeping that rain chance a little bit lower, cloudy skies, temperatures 63 degrees. So do with that information what you will. How you address for 63 degrees, that is up to you. But it does not look like we will have many interruptions in terms of rain. Any rain will likely be very light. I'm talking sprinkles with that. I'll go through Futurecast one more time for you here. 7 o'clock, just a few isolated sprinkles, otherwise clouds. All the way through tonight, clouds. Tomorrow morning, early, we could see a break in the clouds before, boom, the line of thunderstorms move through. Some of them could be strong. We'll be watching that very closely. Stay tuned with us and make sure you have that Fox 10 weather app. And then all of that pushes out of here, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then we go cooler later in the day on Saturday. So here's your day planner for your Saturday. Thunderstorms in the morning, then we go mostly cloudy and cooler later in the day. And a review once again of that 7-day forecast. The parade tonight looks to be good with clouds and maybe a few isolated sprinkles. Parades on Saturday, most of the rain should be out of here by 2 p.m. We can't rule out a few drizzles, otherwise mostly cloudy and cooler temperatures. Sunday looking like a nice day, and that starts a dry pattern for the next 7 and 10 days really, where it looks like nice weather and seasonable weather for the Gulf Coast. All right, so that's it for me right now. We are preparing for the 3 o'clock show, and I've kind of got to hurry and get ready to get out there. Lee and Shelby are out in downtown, so I'm interested to see what they're seeing out there. Definitely cloudy conditions right now. But tune in for Fox 10 News at 3, 4, 5, and then 9 and 10. We'll see you then.